Yes, you. That's what they did. The narcissist made you narcissistic supply. So, narcissistic supply is, and I'm sure you've done some research, is basically you being the drug. The narcissist has turned you into what they need you to be for them so they can feel valuable, so they can feel successful, they can feel accomplished. Those are actually your traits, those are your attributes. You are the one that's successful, you are the one that is accomplished, that is going places, that's doing things. The narcissist is not. So, what they have done, they have taken their time to study you, to figure out what is it about you that they can take and steal away from you and make a part of themselves. So, what the narcissist does is turn you into their drug. That's really what narcissistic supply is. You have become the drug. I remember when I discovered about being narcissistic supply, I thought it was the opposite. Actually, I was supplying them what they need, but being an enabler at the time, I thought that it was something that I had done to myself or I was doing to them. But the truth is that you are actually been turned into a substance and an and how do you say it? Inanimate. You have been turned into an inanimate object. You are inhuman to the narcissist. And so, what they want to do is they want to turn you into their fix, their need. That's what narcissistic supply is. You're supplying them their needs. And they don't feel valuable. They actually feel empty inside. They actually hate, the narcissists hate that you are happy, that you are smiling, and that you're joyful, that you're accomplishing all of these wonderful, great things, that your goals are being met. They really dislike that, and they hate that about you. So in order for them to make themselves feel good, they have to turn that around and take that from you. But before they do that, they have to shower you with all of this attention, all of this love. Yeah, it's called love bombing. We'll talk about that. But when I first learned about it, I didn't know anything about, I didn't even hear, I wasn't even told the word, or the word love bombing did not exist. At least during my research, I didn't find it. But they shower you with all of this love, all of this attention, all of these gifts. And you start to feel like, oh my gosh, I feel so sorry for so many other women out there, so many other people out there, because they do not have what I have. Although the truth is, you were being set up. You did not realize you were being set up because they found a weakness in you. And that was all of their plan. That was their plan the entire time, was to tap into a weakness. They spent time giving you attention, giving you love, showering you with gifts, giving you all types of gifts, stuffed animals, whatever, flowers, candy, whatever you like. They discover and figure out what is it that you like, and they give it to you in order for you to trust them, to get your guard down, because they need you. They need all of that goodness and that greatness about you to take away from you and to put onto them. And in order for them to feel successful, in order for them to feel some type of importance, some type of value, they had to take that away from you. And then they had to make you feel guilty. They had to control you and make you feel like you are responsible for their happiness. You, the supply to the narcissist, yeah, narcissistic supply, you had to provide that that fix. I don't know any other word to describe it other than that fix, that need, that importance. So honestly, that's really all that it is. That's all it is. You have become a drug to them. Excuse me. I remember watching this program because I wanted to stop being narcissistic supply. And I wanted to know, how did I become a supply to the narcissist. And I watched this program called Intervention. I think it was a cable program, but it's not, I don't believe it's running anymore. But I watched this program, and it basically was teaching people it was an intervention actually for people who were addicts, who were dependent on either drugs or had some type of habit. It could be gambling, it could have been any type of situation. And so what they did, that intervention, was a group of people, mainly people who are close to them, came to them to tell them about themselves so that they can eliminate being controlled and manipulated by this drug. I decided to watch that because it was the opposite for me. And I was able to see how I was the drug. And that intervention show helped me. I'm sweating, y'all, because I'm in the car and it's my first time in the car. Excuse the sweat, but that's okay. I just want you to know what this was. And so I used that television show to help me to eliminate being narcissistic supply, no longer narcissistic supply to the first person, that relationship that I was in, which was a marriage, but I'm no longer narcissistic supply to anybody else who shaped and groomed and manipulated me and controlled me in order to provide them what their needs. Oh yes, I drove people around. I rescued them. I took care of their responsibilities as if it was my own. That's enabling. That's another word. We'll talk about that another time. But that's the strategy of a narcissist, getting you to supply their needs. So this is what I want you to do. I'm going to have some action steps, and I'm going to put those action steps inside of the comments. But I want you to do those action steps. So one of them I know, because I don't have them written here now, but one of the action steps I want you to do is to start to see yourself as the value of who you are. But before you can do that, you need to write down, make a list of the truth about who you really are, your person, your persona, your goodness, your greatness, your heart, who you really are. Not what the narcissist says you are, who you say you are. And then also the other thing is, I want you to breathe. I want you to inhale with me and exhale. Hold it a little bit longer. Inhale and exhale. And you need to do that at least 3 times. Take a break, a 5-minute break, and then turn around and do it again. Each time that you get tense or you get confronted, you need to pause and stop, especially when the narcissists are trying to get you to do something for them that you know in your heart, in your own being, it's against your own will. They want to empty your bank account. They want to drain all of your resources, eat up all your food. They take all of your energy. And so that's what a narcissistic supply is. You supplying the narcissist with what they need so that they can have value. They could care less about you. So in the end, I want you to stop. You'll need to stop. You want to stop. I want you to want to stop. I have a confession for you. I had planned to have this video out last week, and I was doing extra study, being a perfectionist. We are those who have been abused by the narcissist. They tap into our perfectionism. And so I wanted to have this video done and perfect and everything, and had all of the terms and everything that you needed. This is probably the 6th or 7th time I've recorded this, but this time I had notes, I had all kinds of things. I decided, actually, I don't even have my notes with me. And I decided, forget all of that. Let me just tell you directly from my experience and my knowledge, which is much more than what I'm telling you now, but I'm just giving you who I am right now. I am a survivor. I am a recovered victim of narcissistic abuse. And I'll tell you something, it feels good to not be bound by a narcissist. So you don't have to be there. But anyway, I did so much research, I got triggered, y'all. I got triggered. I started dreaming about it. And that's what really took me so long. So I'm making another commitment to you, just like I made last week. I am not going to slip into perfectionism and cause me to not come back to you next week or the week after that or the week after that and provide you with the terms that I want to give you. So this week, the terminology was on narcissistic supply. Next week is going to be on entitlement. So I have three titles, the terminologies that I wanted to start with. The first one was narcissistic supply. The second one is entitlement. And the third one is self absorbed. And the reason I chose these three, because those were the only words I learned when I first learned that what I was dealing with was a narcissist. Who I was married to and what I was married to was a narcissist. So I'm starting off with those words, but there are so many other words. I mentioned some of them here that I'm going to further define for you in the next coming videos. So what I like for you to do is to tell me what your experiences are of having been a supply to the narcissist. If you would put that in the comments, I would appreciate it. Of course, I want you to subscribe. I was about to say I want you to supply. No, I want you to subscribe. I definitely want you to like so that this video goes out to everybody else who are enduring this type of abuse. But mainly, I want you to know that you don't have to continue to be narcissistic supply. There is a process that you have to go through. I went through the process. And so if you already started the process, then that's very good for you. But I'm happy to share more with you about that process. And I'm happy to do it in these videos. But it takes a while, it takes time. But this is what you need to know. It can be done. You can get out of the bondage of narcissistic abuse. You do not have to endure that. And you don't deserve that. You are greater than that. You are better than that. You were not placed on this earth, as I have said before, to be manipulated, controlled, and diminished and misused and mistrusted by the narcissist, by anybody, but especially by a narcissist. So the next time I'm going to, let me stop this for a moment. Okay. I'm going to define to you about entitlement. And so when I come the next time, you'll see that video right here. All right. Take care.